Hi, everybody. Hey, Project Health Page. This is Andrea LaPlante coming to you live from Plainville, Massachusetts. I am a national marketing director with the Juice Plus Company. I am also a certified health coach with the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute, a mom of 3 kids, and I'm actually the daughter of Mary Principe, who is here live with me today to talk a little bit about why this nutrition makes sense to her, why she decided to add it to her diet, and the fact that she has been a nurse for almost 60 years, and a little bit about what she's seen in our healthcare system changes over the years, and why she loves this nutrition and loves to tell people about it as well. So go ahead, Mary, and share why this nutrition made sense to you, and even a little bit more about what you've seen as a nurse almost 60 years ago and things that have changed in our society today.
Oh, thank you, Andrea. Thanks for having me today. I feel honored that you want me to talk, but I'm just a regular old grandma and a wife and a mother and a nurse. And I've always been interested in health. I grew up with a father who used to put raw eggs in his water and tell me that I needed to have that because it was healthy for me. So I guess it started way back then. I went to nursing school and graduated and worked in the healthcare field for a long time in the traditional healthcare system. 8 or 9 years ago, my daughter Andrea introduced me to Juice Plus, and I'm kind of a skeptic because I grew up in the traditional old school medical system. But to support her, I said, okay, I'll try this product. And my husband and I started taking it. What I didn't realize was that I was a victim of chronic disease my whole life. I had chronic ear infections when I was a girl, always on antibiotics. After that, I grew into chronic sinus bronchitis problems. Year after year after year, I was suffering with severe chronic sinusitis, bronchitis, missing work, missing family functions. Mother's Day and Father's Day, I was down for the count because the spring, the change in seasons, anything triggered it. So being a traditionalist, I always went to my doctor and they always put me on antibiotics, which, like most people, we always thought antibiotics were the gold of healthcare because they came into being and they eradicated so many diseases. What we didn't know at the time was that those antibiotics were ruining our digestive system. What we've since learned is that all of our health begins in our gut. So 8 years ago, when my grandson overdosed on children's vitamins, I began the journey. And once I found out, I realized that my sinus infections were completely gone. I have not been on an antibiotic for 8 years. During the change of seasons, I don't get stuffy, I don't get sinus problems that then develop into bronchitis. So because of that, I feel such a passion for Juice Plus. I just feel like I have to tell everybody I know. During the course of the past 8 years, one of the docs that work with us, she's a biochemist, she developed, at that time, it was a 30-day detox program, and I decided that I was going to my 50th nursing school reunion and I had to look cool. So I decided to do the detox program. That program introduced me to the fact that I have severe leaky gut problems, and I have been living with this, with symptoms, really bad gastro symptoms for so many years that I blamed on something else. So once I cleaned up my diet and gave up gluten, and now I have to give up dairy because both dairy and gluten make me sick, I realized that Juice Plus is not only helped my family, but it's a catalyst to help so many other families. Over the years, I've been able to attend conferences with Andrea, and 2 people in the Juice Plus community that really sparked my passion to share this were Dr. Bill Sears. I'm also a health coach. I took the health coaching course that Dr. Sears presented because his presentation was a wake-up call for me. He explained that our bodies can make their own medicine, but we have to give them the right ingredients: water, clean, whole food, rest, adequate sleep, and quiet times, and be able to let our bodies do what they were designed to do. So because of that, I decided that I was going to become more involved. And then I heard Stephen Ritz speak at another conference, and saw what that one man has done to change the lives of so many children in the Bronx. I decided that I needed to jump on board and do what I can to change the lives of people I come in contact with. So I share this with as many people as I can, and in the hope that they will find the same benefits that I found. I'm approaching my mid-70s. I'm in my mid-70s. I have a tremendous energy. Getting back to the detox program that I did for 10 days not only changed my my digestive system, it cleaned up my brain fog, and it gave me tons of energy and vitality. So today, I live with a ton of vitality, lots of energy, and thank you to Andrea and Juice Plus for helping me arrive at where I'm at.
Oh, Mary, I loved your story. And what I think, just some of the pieces that I took away, growing up with you, if we wanted a snack, we'd need to eat an orange. And that's just, so you were always talking about eating well when I grew up. But what was so interesting is when you went into nursing, there was no nutritional support or education being a nurse or a doctor. Can you elaborate on that for just a minute?
Oh, yes, of course. And that's one of the things that sparks my passion now, is because in medical school and nursing school, there is no health, there is no nutrition education. I remember having nutrition, one course, very short-lived, and the only thing I took away from that was that when someone has an ulcer, they have to have a sippy diet, which means cream and milk, alternating cream and milk, cream and milk. So that's part of why our healthcare system is so broken. There's been a tremendous paradigm shift years ago in the early 50s, 60s, that we got away from eating plant-based foods when the food industry decided that they needed to make more packaged foods with more preservatives, more boxes on the shelves. And as a result, our bodies do not know what to do with that food. Our bodies store it in places that it shouldn't be. They store it in our brains and our hearts and our bellies and our kidneys, and cause all kinds of chronic disease. And no one talks about it. When you go to the doctor, they say, oh, here, try this pill or try that pill. But getting to the root cause of what's causing a symptom is the most valuable way for you to turn your chronic disease or whatever inflammation you might have in your body around. Because all disease starts with inflammation. And inflammation starts with environmental toxins, food preservatives, chemicals, heavy metals. All of those things are responsible for the situation we're in today, with more and more children being treated for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and the fact that the young people today will not live the long life that their parents are living. And it makes me very sad.
So what I love about our community is how we attract like-minded people, and we have a global medical partner program of medical professionals, nurses, wellness professionals that have really also come to realize that food heals, plants heal, and we've come together in this way. And the Juice Plus community is just so passionate about getting this nutrition into people because of what it's doing from a health standpoint. And I love how you are no longer cooped up in your room during Mother's Day and Father's Day. I remember that as a child, you would miss holiday and you would be out for the count. So we love to have you and all your energy back. You're a gift to the world, and you are so great. I'm so grateful to you for sponsoring my third child. As an adult, you can sponsor a child for free for up to 4 years. I sponsored my daughter as part of the Children's Health Study program. My husband sponsored my son, and my mother sponsored my third child. So I'm so grateful to you for everything. I love you, and you've made such a great impact in the world, and the fact that you're thriving well into your mid-70s is just something that we all want to replicate. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Andrea. I think that's why Drew and I have a special bond.
I love it.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for inviting me on, and I hope you took a nugget or two away from what I shared.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.